everyone. It is Bella.
It is Laura. Welcome.
Talking all about sleep.
Woohoo! Because we from A to Z, how to get better Z's, how to get better sleep. You guys ask this question all the time, and I will speak from experience where I say, like, I usually used to get like really awesome sleep, and I was like, yeah, good job. And now my sleep is not so good. And I even use an Oura ring that tells me my sleep is not so good and that I'm waking up not rested. So on behalf of you guys have all said this is your top concern right now. And I am right there with you because I want to sleep better, Bella. Please help us sleep better. What can we do?
Yes, I would love to share my tips. I will also preface, I'm also not sleeping amazing right now with a baby, but these things that I'm going to share have helped me in the past, have helped so many people. There is so much science on sleep, which is wonderful, and things that we can take away. And I also learn a ton from Dr. Jade, so go follow him because he has all the best advice on sleep ever.
And Johnny has a webinar, if you're an MMC member, called Sleep Yourself Sexy.
Yes, Johnny is also a wealth of knowledge when it comes to sleep. Between the two of them, you are completely sorted, but hopefully we can help you out also. So several things I would love to share. One of my biggest things is we are all, let's face it, addicted to our screens, whether that is phone, whether that's TV, whether that's your laptop in bed, watching a movie, Netflix right before bed. But actually what I found is by limiting screen time as much as possible, actually up to a few hours before bed, can actually dramatically help sleep. These kind of devices emit blue light, and that can really interfere with your melatonin productions and also just really stimulate you and cause you not to be able to sleep. So if possible, limit screen time as much as possible. However, if there's like, for some reason, you absolutely cannot limit your screen time, then blue blocking glasses can also be somewhat helpful. But I do personally think just limiting it is the best, one of the best things you can do.
I'll agree. I'll say I've started trying to turn my phone to like do not disturb earlier, so that like I'm not checking when it dings or if I have a message. And that has helped, but it's also hard because that takes willpower, y'all.
It does.
To like disengage from the world.
It does. As I said, like as a culture, we're so addicted to technology, and there's so many amazing things that technology has brought. But one of the disruptions and negative sides of it is that, you know, we are always looking at that light, and in the evening, this can really disrupt your circadian rhythm, impact melatonin production, and, you know, impact your sleep. So try your best. I know it's tough.
That's a good question, actually. And this is something I don't think Jade and Johnny talk a lot about. So maybe you can offer, what are some things when you're trying to wind down instead of, and you want to be watching Netflix or on your computer or on your phone, you know, looking at Instagram or whatever, what are things you could be doing instead that are still fun, but help you wind down, Bella?
Absolutely. And I will say this is another kind of point of mine. I love to encourage people to kind of create a sleep ritual. And this is a really great way to kind of have your thing that you do in the evening that's not screen. So this could be, for me, my favorite thing to do is have an Epsom salt bath. We talk about it a lot here at ML, but I absolutely love my bath in the evening. And actually what I'll do is I'll bring a little book into the bath and just read a chapter or a few pages. And that's my kind of time to just really relax. I still get, you know, a story or something interesting that stimulates my brain, but not so much that it impacts my sleep. But it could also be, you know, it's really whatever works for you. It could be an evening walk. Just make sure you wear like a flashlight or something. I don't want to.
You're doing it right now. Yeah, it's kind of dark out.
Just in the dark. Or, you know, a little short yoga flow could be great. Maybe like time with your partner, just chatting, you know, maybe create some questions that you can ask, whatever it is. You know, find your thing that works for you. And I really find that just kind of doing that repetitively can be really helpful to kind of wind down. It almost like you teach your body, like when I do this thing, I'm winding down for bed.
I do try to meditate every night before I go to sleep, and I do like a little yoga sequence that I always do beforehand. And I have started actually, I used to read all my books on Kindle, and now I've actually started going back to like, I like having books. I just like holding them, but I've also started going back to books because I feel like it's a nicer ritual to like read a book in bed that's like a real book and it doesn't keep you awake.
Totally. I am a big fan of like real books too. So I'm a big fan of reading. It's ever since I was a child, reading before bed has always kind of made me sleepy. So it's just something that works for me. Give it a try if you haven't tried.
And we do talk a lot about journaling. So write down what works for you and write down what's not working, so you don't do the things that aren't working over and over and over again.
Absolutely. Journaling is a really great way to unwind also. Other things that can be really helpful, I think, just again, all our programs kind of talk about this for many reasons, but creating a cutoff time for caffeine. And for me, that's midday. I think anywhere between kind of 11 a.m., maybe very latest 1 p.m. Depending on you. I'm quite sensitive to caffeine. So for me, I know if I have a coffee or any kind of caffeine after midday, then I know I'm going to struggle with my sleep. And every single time, without fail, it disrupts my sleep. So that's something to note also.
I would also say then to the same category of that is you might think your glass of wine before bed is going to help you sleep, and it might help you fall asleep, but it might not help you stay asleep and have quality rest.
Yeah.
So limiting your alcohol, which we do advise on our programs as well.
That's a really good factor. A really good point. And then one thing that Dr. Jade talks a lot about is kind of finding your natural wake up time and your optimal bedtime, and this may take a while for you to kind of, if you're someone who has very sporadic schedules, it may take a while for you to kind of decode this and figure it out, but essentially just kind of set a time to wake up every morning and then go to bed within an hour or so of it for an everyday bedtime, can be really helpful. Again, just kind of setting your circadian rhythm, getting your body in the jive of sleeping X amount of time, so your body knows, okay, it's whatever that is for you. For me, I'm kind of an old lady when it comes to bed. I like to go to bed really early. I always have. I go to bed at like 8:39, but that just works for me, and some people love to stay up late and then wake up later. So it's really just what works for you, but trying to keep that kind of the same time each day can be really, really helpful for people also.
Wait, what about weekends and holidays, Bella? Can I sleep in then?
Let's talk about structured flexibility. We speak about it a lot, but really it's about, doing the best you can, having these goals, saying, okay, for me, I know I feel best when I go to bed at 8:30, but, in the holiday, if I want to stay up later, you are a human, live, enjoy your life. And another thing that can be really helpful if you do feel tired, say you do go to bed really, really late, and maybe you also wake up really early, don't underestimate the power of naps. Science, and I know that, again, this is not possible for everyone. We work during the day. It's not always possible to take a nap, but even a 6-minute nap can actually have a profound impact on your brain function and just your overall well-being. So if you can squeeze in a nap and they work for you, squeeze in a nap.
I love it. I've actually never been a napper, but sometimes they sound really nice, don't they?
Yes.
And I think you've helped me realize, though, I have maybe taken too much of the flexibility over the holiday and not having normal hours. That's probably been affecting my sleep because, I haven't had to get up necessarily every day at the same time.
Sure. And that's okay. It's very easy to get back on track again, just kind of saying, okay, I'm going to do this and jumping straight back in and not feeling any guilt, just saying, okay, I'm ready to get back into my routine. I know what works for me. Let's do it.
I love it. Is there anything we're missing that we should talk about?
Yes, the last thing, and then I'll be quiet.
Oh, you're great. Just keep going.
Sleep environment, really, really important. I mean, I personally can't go to sleep with the lights on, so it's really important that you kind of create this really great sleep environment just to help promote a nice deep sleep. So if you can invest in blackout curtains are great, just making sure the room is really, really nice and dark. A sound machine can be very helpful. White noise is probably the most popular one, but again, just a sound that works for you. Maybe it's something from your childhood that kind of gives you that comfort and soothing. Is really great. And then a nice cool temperature also. You do not want the house to be too hot. A nice cool temperature is going to help you sleep better and longer also. So just some things to know. And again, I guess the screen time falls into that kind of sleep environment too. Try not to have like a TV on in your bedroom or things like that, that could disrupt, your sleep. So I think that's all I've got. I hope this is helpful to people.
I think so. This is helping me. It's reminding me of things I maybe could do better at. And it's all about becoming a detective. So, you don't have to go from we aren't looking to go from my sleep's been kind of bad to amazing overnight. It's going to take some time. I'm going to have to figure out, I'll let you guys know how it goes. My ring will tell me. And I will say that is, I don't know if I told you guys this, but I do have an Oura ring that does tell me about my sleep. And it is helpful. Some of you maybe don't need that, but for me, it's actually helpful for me to kind of know. At first, I was discouraged by it because I was like, oh, you're telling me my sleep now is bad. It's the ring's fault, but it's not the ring's fault. It actually gives me a way to I can actually measure and see how I'm progressing besides just how I feel. So the two together kind of gives me the data and then I have the feelings. So I can actually track and try these things out and see how they go. So if maybe you can join me and you can share, I'll post in our groups. If you're a member of our Metabolic Mastery Club, I'll share my sleep struggles and maybe we can problem solve them together. But I'd love to hear what's working for you and how you are doing every day with your sleep too.
Wonderful. I love it. Thank you, Laura.
You're welcome, guys. I'm glad my bad sleep will help you all on your sleep journey. Thank you, Bella.
Thank you.
I really appreciate your time. Thank you, guys. Have a wonderful day.